Now, I don't know if you guys have been watching the new season of Stranger Things, but I have been binging that shit like crazy since it came out. I haven't slept, I haven't peed, I haven't showered. I smell like cow manure mixed with like corn and sour cream and a little broccoli. It's just not good, guys. But as I was watching the season, I was thinking to myself, why haven't we seen a Stranger Things video game adaptation? And what you're seeing on the screen is actually from Far Cry 6. They did a whole event a few months ago. I'm not exactly sure if you can still play it, but I think it was just like a mission or two, which was really cool. But I'm talking about an entire game based on the Stranger Things franchise. I'm surprised we haven't seen one. Now, whoever decides to develop this game could approach it from a few different angles. You could do the open world approach, which I think would be best suited for this style of game. Or you could take a different route. You could go the linear style with maybe even some horror elements. I mean, Stranger Things has some of the creepiest motherfuckers I've ever laid eyes on. The Demogorgon, the Mind Flayer, sends shivers down my dick just thinking about it. But yes, like I was saying, I would think personally I would take the open world route. I think that is best suited. You, of course, if you haven't watched Stranger Things, first of all, what are you doing on this video? Go watch it right now, come back in a week or two, or just binge that shit and then come back. Second of all, there's of course Hawkins, which you could do, like the main world is Hawkins, but then you could also go down to the Upside Down and do missions there. So much potential just thinking about it. I would probably do open world, and I'd probably make it co-op. So you could play 4-player co-op. Of course, Stranger Things is known for having some of the best characters and so many good characters. Like watching the show again, I didn't realize how many characters are in this show. Usually shows have like 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 main characters. This show has like 15. I'm not even joking. Let me just go through them. There's 11. There's Mike. There's Hopper. There's Nancy. There's Robin. There's Dustin. There's Mike. There's Will. There's Jonathan. Like, there is endless amount of characters here, and they're all pretty well developed. So I think like a 4-player co-op, open world style would 100% work. Obviously there's 11, which I completely forgot to mention. She's like the main character. I don't know how she would work in the video game because she might be a little bit overpowered, but I think it would, whoever develops this would figure out a way to make it work. I think, yeah, and then of course, depending on which character you choose, they have different abilities. Obviously Dustin's one of the smarter ones. He would probably figure things out, but maybe not move as fast. Or Steve's more athletic, but he's kind of stupid, like myself. He would probably carry his baseball bat as his main weapon. Dustin would have his slingshots. There's just, guys, I could ramble off ideas on this show becoming a video game adaptation for days. But yeah, talking a little bit about developers, who would be best suited to develop this game? There's a lot of good options. There's Rocksteady, of course, which made the Batman games. They're really good at making open world style games. You have Rockstar, but they're probably doing other stuff. I think they're making GTA 6, which should come out in the next 15 years. And then you got, you know, other developers like Insomniac. There's a lot of good game developers out there that could probably make this game. And like I mentioned earlier, Stranger Things has some of the coolest creatures and enemies out there. So what I would do for the video game is I'd probably do like 4 or 5 acts, and after every act you have to defeat a boss. There's a boss battle. So you could do Vacra as one of the bosses, you could do the Mind Flayer as like the final boss. You could, at the end of the game, of course, and then you could also do Demogorgons as one of the bosses. And then even like in the real world, like of Hawkins, when you're free roaming around, you could have the cops trying to chase you and trying to capture you. You could have Papa, if you guys know what I'm talking about, Eleven's dad. You could have him, like, I don't know, he could be one of the bosses, or like you have to arm wrestle him or something to get to the next mission. I don't know. The potential is endless. There's so many ideas. This is one of the coolest universes that I've ever come across. You know, I'm in my mid-20s and I absolutely love the show. I don't care what anybody says. This show is fantastic, and it's 100% a must-watch, and 100% needs a video game adaptation. I want to know from you guys in the comment section, do you think a Stranger Things video game would work? What style do you want it? Do you want it to be like more linear in a horror type game like I mentioned, or do you want an open world style game like I do? Also, which show or movie do you think would make the best video game adaptation that hasn't already happened? And yeah, this was just a quick video, random thought that came into my head while I was watching the show today. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will kiss you guys later. Peace.